Christmas is a-coming and the goose is getting fat. Why is that any of my business? If the goose wants to eat, let him eat. I mean, eventually we're going to kill him and eat him anyway, so it doesn't really matter. However, what does matter is that you get some good Christmas entertainment in your holiday. So we're going to take a list of Christmas fictions, Christmas movies, maybe Christmas stories. I'm not quite sure what's on the list. And these have been ranked by the internet, which is a gigantic organism somewhere out there in outer space. They've been ranked by the internet. Now tell me again what the rankings are so I know where to put them. Got it. So it goes from S tier, which is supreme, superior, son of a gun, that's great, down from A, B, C, D, E, and F is failed. Okay, I got it.
Come on up on Santa's lap. Ho, ho, ho.
All right, the first one is Christmas Story. These are not going to be inflated ratings. So when I say something is a B, for instance, I mean it's good. It's good. And Christmas Story from 1983 is good. It is a good movie. It is based on the work of Gene Shepard, who in my farthest youth, which almost seems like it would be before radio was invented, Gene Shepard was the cool DJ on a kind of offbeat station who would just talk about his life. And if you were really hip, you were listening to Gene Shepard. And this is one of his stories. It's got a couple of laugh out loud funny moments. And it's a good movie, good strong movie. Elf. Overrated but good. Also, I will give it a B. I kind of liked it. It was funny. It had a very sweet aspect to it. Will Ferrell is funny in it.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Look, I'm not kidding.
You're a fake.
I'm a fake?
Yes.
How'd you like to be dead?
I'm here with my dad, and we never met, and he wants me to sing him a song.
So yes, that's fine. And remember, we're not elevating the grades here. We're giving them actual grades. So good movie.
Quick, look at the lights!
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, also a good movie, a genuinely funny movie with some slapstick stuff that really got me going. And when I think it was my daughter I took to it, we were just in stitches at some of the slapstick. So good, again, B is good, right? That's a good movie, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Mr. and Mrs. Martini, welcome home.
It's a Wonderful Life. I'm going to give that an S. I think it is a classic. I think it's a classic film. What it is it is a Christmas Carol reversed. So instead of a stingy man who has to confront what his life is, we get a generous man who has to confront what the world would be like without his life. That's why it's a classic. Jimmy Stewart is fantastic in it. He is always a great, great actor, one of the great actors of the Golden Age.
Attaboy, Clarence.
You can't watch it every year, but you can watch it every couple of years and it's still good. That's an S movie.
Come on, Max. It's our first stop.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a C sinking into a D. I think it's overdone. I think Dr. Seuss, it's hard to emphasize how brilliant Dr. Seuss was, how simple his stuff is, how brilliant. When Dr. Seuss died, I was working in radio and somebody asked me to write an obit in his style. And I said, I can't. His style is nobody can do his style but him. And it's just great. And I think they just blew it out of proportion. And it's just not very good. I'm giving it a D.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
White Christmas. White Christmas is the best bad movie ever made. There are some other bad movies that are great. White Christmas is a bad movie, but it's great. So I'm going to give it an A. It's just, it cheers you up. You can't help liking it. It's delightful. Danny Kaye is always delightful, and Bing Crosby is always delightful. So we give it an A. It's a terrible, terrible film, but I love it.
You know, it's funny that of all the people in the courtroom, you were the only one that seemed to have a heart. You'd think you'd be the last one.
Don't give me any credit.
Remember the Night, really good film. Another really an overlooked film with a startling ending. She's a shoplifter. He's, I think, the prosecutor. But to reform her, he brings her home to his eccentric but lovable family, and it has this effect on her. Ending will take you totally by surprise. Really good film. A, definitely A.
Okay, this is seriously cool.
The Holiday, good film. That's a B film. Really very hard to do a modern romantic comedy, but that's a good one. And I really liked it. Good performances. I think it's two people who have to trade off lives or trade off apartments. And it's a love story. It's very cute, very sweet. Good, solid B movie.
And off you buy.
No, thanks.
Thank God. It would have broken my heart if you'd said yes.
Love Actually, I know there are people who just hate that film. I've never understood the passion about that film one way or the other, but I think it's a solid, good movie. A little woke. The writer who did it is a little woke, but still just a good, solid film.
Let me in. I got the answer. Come on. I got the answer. Yes, I got the answer. Open up. Open up.
Yeah, I got a madman in my studio, and
Jingle All the Way. I want to give this a B to A as well, a sort of B+. We'll give it a B+. All action stars want to do comedy. They almost all suck at comedy. This is the one comedy with Arnold Schwarzenegger where I got to say the last 15 minutes of this film brought tears to my eyes. I was laughing so hard.
do you have any more in the back? What? What's he laughing at? What did I say? These guys are looking for a Turbo Man? A Turbo Man, yes.
So that's it's a stupid movie. It's not a great movie, but it is really funny. So B to A, B+.
Down, boy. My, what a brilliant nose you have. The better to light my way. To the head of the team, Zero.
The Nightmare Before Christmas, I don't like that film. I think it's a really good idea. It speaks to me. It's a C. You know, the idea is that you want to do a Christmas story, but everything the guy touches turns to fear, which I think is Tim Burton's problem. So it's basically about Tim Burton's life. Not that interesting. So I give it a C.
Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years.
In fact, he died 7 years ago this very day.
Christmas Carol, 1951. This is with Alastair Sim. It is the S of all S Christmas films. It is the best Christmas film, one of the greatest films ever made. And what makes it a classic, an absolute great film. I would put it in any top 20 list, maybe in a top 10 list. And the reason it's so great is Alastair Sims makes Ebenezer Scrooge real by one simple thing. He plays Ebenezer Scrooge as if he believes himself to be right. He is not just saying bah humbug. He's saying bah humbug because he has a philosophy of life. That philosophy of life holds together. He argues the philosophy of life, and he does it with conviction, and he looks down on anybody who doesn't share that philosophy of life. Absolutely fantastic film. There is no better Christmas film, and very few better films.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Die Hard. Well, obviously the great question about Die Hard is it a Christmas film at all? It is one of the great action films. It has a wonderful, little message about marriage in it and masculinity in it. And so it's a film I love. Is it a Christmas film? I'm not prepared to judge. Who am I to judge whether it's a Christmas film? It takes place at Christmas, and it is a great, great film. It's an S action film. It's an S. It's I don't know. It's a great film. Who wants to pick it? Who wants to nitpick over it? It is a great film.
I made my family disappear.
Home Alone, really funny. A film. It's especially an A film because kids just love it. That's the slapstick in it is hilarious. The idea of this little kid outsmarting the bad guys.
What?
Is just something that kids just love. I know a lot of kids who don't like movies but love that film. So that's a really terrific movie. And great music.
Yes, let this man cook.
That doesn't make sense, Mommy.
Faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to.
Huh?
The 1947 version of Miracle on 34th Street is not as good as anybody remembers it, but it does have a nice feel to it. You have to understand what it is. It's an actual realistic depiction of a corrupt New York with a corrupt justice system into which Santa Claus stumbles. It's almost too realistic to be a great Christmas film, but it is an A film because of great performances and a wonderful depiction of a corrupt New York trying to deal with the arrival of Santa Claus.
blue snippers.
I warned you, Brad!
Oh, wow. It's been 100 years since I saw Gremlins, but I remember liking it. I remember it's being a really solid, good, B-plus spooky movie about Christmas, and I kind of like that, yeah.
What is it?
I can't find the card.
Fix it.
Answer's next.
That hit me with a toaster.
Scrooge, Bill Murray, another B film. Most movies are a B film. It's funny. It's got some funny bits in it. It's overdone. It's overlong, but it is cute. And it's an update, obviously, of A Christmas Carol. Most updates of Christmas Carol are not great, but this one is actually better than most, so I'll give it a B. An S film. I've never seen it. A minus, maybe. That's fine. That's a B minus C. B plus to an A. That's a really solid movie. That's a B film too. Harold and Kumar Christmas, I give it an E. It was so bad I didn't even watch it. All right, that should give you enough to watch over the holidays. If you watch 1951 Christmas Carol, sometimes called Scrooge with Alastair Sim, if you watch It's a Wonderful Life, if you watch Remember the Night and The Bishop's Wife, you will have gotten the best of Christmas films. I know there are more modern ones, but those are the absolute best Christmas films. And if you watch Die Hard, of course, you can never go wrong. But that's a good selection. And a B movie is a good movie, so don't feel that those movies are being excluded. Have a Merry Christmas and enjoy the show.